English muffins and jam. How about you? I'll take some muffins and jam here this morning. Definitely. Sounds delicious. Delicious and nutritious, just like this stream is. But don't forget to do the dishes. How you doing, Benson? Nice to see you there. I've got a little sip of coffee. Woo! Some English muffins and jam. I'll take it. Good morning, Mr. Benson. Folks, fans, friends, and those of you who like to crack open packs and shuffle up stacks of Magic the Gathering cards. It's not that hard to join me here on the morning show. All you early risers, thanks for waking up and getting going with me here on the stream this morning. It's going to be a bit of a streamlined edition of the show here this morning, and you're wishing for a little bit of Magic the Gathering discussion here this morning. Well, I've got you covered. Don't worry. It's the bro to the show here on a Tuesday, Tuesday edition of Morning Magic the Gathering Stocks and Talks. And I want to thank you folks for tuning in. It's going to be a great Tuesday edition. It's a little bit more mild out today than it was yesterday. I'm happy to say that. A little less chilly willy in the neighborhood. So grab yourself a coffee, folks. Get buckled up. And wherever you are, I want to thank you, folks, for dragging me along with you for the ride here this morning. Wherever you've got Brody. Perhaps you've got me hanging from the rear view mirror. Perhaps I'm in your back pocket. It could be hanging out next to the water cooler. Wherever you've got me hanging with you this morning, I want to thank you folks for tuning in. It's going to be a bit of a good show here this morning, but as we like to do here on the morning show, we like to warm up just a little bit here with a look at some AI generated Magic cards this morning. So if you haven't been here once before, let me go over the rules with you. Pretty straightforward. It's not too hard, but just in case you're new here tuning in on the show, we're going to just go over the rules for you. If the card is playable any way whatsoever, even if it's a little bit overcosted, maybe it's a little overpowered, and you know what is overpowered these days, really? Like, I mean, just about anything can be printed. Underpowered, overpowered, doesn't matter. Even if it's a little overpowered, we're going to give it a pass. We'll hear this sound. And if the card has got any curmudgeon, any gibberish, any schlibbity gobbledygook on the card whatsoever, if it's non-functional, if it's got jibber jabber on it, we'll hear this sound. Oh, that'll get you up this morning. Brody, I have duct taped to my snow shovel. I have Brody duct taped to my snow shovel. I like it. That's even better. If you've got me strung along to your mucklucks. Yes. Have you got Brody chained to the side of the spare tire? You've got Brody taped to your snow shovel? Nice to see you here. Savannah Lyons in the house. Goedemorgen. Nice to see you. All right, let's take a look at some AI generated Magic cards this morning. We got friends in the house chatting. We're going to have a good show today. Thanks for joining me here this morning. Let's take a look at some of these ones. I got Mega Raza's Mastery. Mega Raza. All right. If you've got, that's the best. Richie, I am loving your channel, buddy. I am so happy. You make me laugh over there. The stuff that I see going on over at your place, kind of hilarious. Like, it's a bit of a variety show over there. I love it. It's quite good. I did like the beard brush that you got. All right. You make me laugh, Richie. I really thank you for that. All right, let's take a look at this Mega Raz's Mastery. What do we got? An instant. Go on, you're too kind. I like the videos, like the compare videos, where you like, you'll take somebody's short and then you're like, comment here, insert comment. Love it. Oh, there's some weird. I like some of the stuff that gets dug up on the internet. Just blows my mind. Like where does this show up on your feed or what? All right, the internet's a wild and crazy place, and it's crazy enough to blow your mind and your hair straight back and maybe your beard straight back sometimes. But this card here, Mega Rez's Mastery, it's an instant speed. It costs you a blue. It's got some interesting art on it. I don't think it's too bad. A lot of pages coming around out of this book. It's looks like a bit of a ripoff here this morning. Exile the top card of your library. You draw two cards. Draw a card, then discard three. What? Exile the top card of your library. You draw two cards, draw a card, then discard three, then draw two cards. This is hilarious. I think more cards with more wordiness on it could be in order. Exile the top card of the library. You draw two cards, then draw a card, then discard three, then draw. Why doesn't it just say draw three and discard three, then draw? I don't know. Seach not a Gruen Sloven swing crewing with Bargain Planeswalker and Oakham R6 or Inhaminity is enchanted. Oh, some fine flavor text here. I mean, if Mark Rosewater himself was designing Magic cards, it wouldn't be this fantastic. Some gobbledygook here well, it works. It should just say draw three, then discard three, then draw two. But nevertheless, you want to draw them one at a time. The AI wants us to do it one at a time. Let's pass it. What do you think? Fair, OP, underpowered, non-functional. I'm going to give it a fair. Some people say it's OP. What is OP these days anyway? 1 mana 10/10s? Spectral Slayer. This is a 4/5. Costs you 3 colorless mana. As artifact creature horror cleric affinity for tokens. All right. The more your token, the easier this is to cast. When Spectral Slayer enters the battlefield, target player exiles a card from their hand face down. You may look at and play those cards until end of turn. Seems fine. Spectral Slayer, Horror Cleric, 3 mana 4/5s. Okay, nothing. Go on, nothing to see here. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Affinity for tokens, so like 3 tokens makes this cheaper? That's kind of overpowered. 3 tokens of any kind. Affinity for tokens. So your tokens can help you cast this. It's a 4/5. When it enters the battlefield, target player exits a card from their hand face down. You may look at him. Well, it seems fine. 2020 overpowered, 2024 overpowered, overprinted. You can never get enough power or printing, apparently. What's new in the world of Magic, folks? Talk to me, Goose. Let's hear it. Fair, OP. Let's go fair. It's OP. People think it's OP. They obviously haven't seen the new sets. Finally, the Bob has come to the stream this morning. All right, Brodiferous Funds here on the morning show. Nice to see you, Gaming Bob. I was going through my Magic 30 picks last night, and man, what some nostalgia! I'm going to have to make a montage and post it. I got some good photos in there. Just almost made me cry. It was so much fun. I was going through my Magic 30 stuff. Well, actually, the reason that it happened is I crashed my cell phone. Speaking of which, how do sea monsters call each other? They call on the shell phone. No, I crashed my cell phone. I dropped it, put a big hole in the backside of it, wrote it off completely. So then I was using my spare, and then I was like, oh well, why don't I just take a trip down memory lane? And then my spare phone is my old phone. That's the one I had a Magic 30. It's got all my pictures on. I was like, wow, I'm gonna definitely gonna post some of these. But nevertheless, Hydrosinus Mage Hydros on his mage. A 0 loyalty planeswalker. Awesome. Okay, 1 blue and 1 goblin shaman in blue. On an N sipted line. Hot dice. Nice to see you this morning. Feeling hot this morning. Nice. Thanks to rolling in the stream, rolling them hot dice into the. When Hydroson Mage enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, then destroy that creature. And it can't be regenerated. When it gain control, then untap, then destroy, it can't be regenerated. What's the point? Why don't we just cut to the chase and destroy it? On an encrypted line. Oh, nice. Okay, 0 loyalty planeswalkers. This is it's not. I gotta get this one. We cannot entertain this. This is absolute calamity here this morning. We cannot entertain this shenanigans. Can't do it. There's just too much non-functionality here. There's a 0 loyalty planeswalker. It just dies. It doesn't work. Don't work. Need this is a nozzle card. Nozzle top. All right. Fair OP, underpowered, non-functional. What? How can anybody say this is functional? The 0 loyalty planeswalker with no uptick ability. It dies when it comes into the battlefield. This is a non-functional card if I've ever seen one. And then the Guy Fieri card. This is like the Dubs Fieri, right? Richie Dubs used to have this shirt when he went clubbing. Seal clubbing, that's right. Okay, where we left off yesterday? This is the will of the council, starting with you. Each player votes for the Fieri's breath. You have to cast it with that land that gives it +1 loyalty. Ah, that's right. I'm missing the next level tack on that one. Darn it. All right. I could have, should have, would have known better. This is the Lightning Omen. This thing, we got to, Tommy Siddons was fond of this card, so we're going to pass it, I think, just on flavor alone. It's got the Bam Bam Bigelow. It's got the Guy Fieri hair. Everybody votes for the Fieri's breath. You ever remember that teacher with the hot teacher coffee breath? They would kind of stand behind you and look over your shoulder and see what you were like doing with your work. And then you'd be like, oh, that made me despise coffee when I was a kid. It's like teachers with hot coffee breath. Wait, even if the planeswalker can die, when it enters the battlefield, it should still trigger to kill a creature. Blue removal. Well, you want to back up a second? Back up a second. When Mage enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, then destroy that creature. It can be regenerated. Good point, Bob. All right. Bob for the gotcha for the winner chicken dinner. Good morning, folks. Fine friends of Magic the Gathering, fans of the game who love to crack open packs and shuffle up stacks of Magic the Gathering cards. It's not too hard. You folks can join me here on the morning show. It's the bro to the D, Alfonso, doing a little bit of chatter here. What's the matter? Did you get up on time? Is there too much splatter? Get out of bed and get going here this morning with me, folks. I want to thank you for dragging me along for the ride. Where have you got Brody this morning? You're standing around the water cooler discussing the post-weekend Super Cup. Perhaps you're out shoveling snow and you've got me duct taped to the handle of the snow shovel. Maybe you've got me on the back seat of the car, perhaps in your pocket. Wherever you are, I bless you and thank you for tuning in on the morning show. Don't break 2 laws at once. That's right. Don't text and drive. Don't be distracted driving out there, and speeding at the same time. Take care if you're driving and listening on the stream. But wherever you are, thanks for joining me. It's Tuesday edition. Happy Palentine's Day coming up tomorrow for every one of my pals out there in the world. I'm going to wish you a special one. Give yourself a hug, pat on the back. If you can't be here in person, join me on the stream tomorrow for Palentine's Day. We're going to have a good time. All right, Magic the Gathering news for yous here this morning. News for the dudes here tuning in the morning show. It's it's been a little bit of a slow writing season from the stock test, I must say. These folks got to get to work. Brody's got shows to do, articles to read, stuff, and MacGuffins to bring to the viewers here at home. And I've got no time to waste. So we've got MTG error temporarily crashes the online secondary market. And then we've got another one that said this. Excuse me. Here's one for Richie. All right, this one here. Parents announce divorce by spoiling the mom and dad split card. Okay, how about this? What's up, hillbilly? Could you imagine? This is absolutely devastating. Parents announce divorce by spoiling the mom and dad split card. Is this for real? I don't know, but we're gonna get into it here this morning. There's a sad, sad article here this morning from the Commander's Herald. It can't be. It can't be. I cast. All right, both halves of this card. All right. Dover, New Jersey, local parents Doug and Maud Clover notified friends and family that their crumbling marriage by a revealed Magic the Gathering split card showcasing each individual parent. The card mom and dad was spoiled in a card reveal live streamed on Twitch during a family dinner as each parent showed off their respective half of the card. Frankly, this is a long time coming, said the left side of the card, Maud Clover. We've been in a relationship since high school and never dated anyone ever since. That can only work for some people, but for others it goes and wears on. We tried to spice things up by getting into Magic, playing cards, CEDH, and during the scamdemic. Instead, bringing us together, it was just made us growing apart. We keep getting into petty arguments over cards. How am I supposed to be married to a man that thinks Fast Mana of Soul Ring is too powerful and shouldn't be included in Commander precons? This isn't the first Magic-related article we've had, but the straw has broke the camel's back at this. Why am I proud to preview my half of the split card, Mom? Well, for three green, sorcery, create a food token for each creature you control, then gain 1 life for each token you control. This represents how much good I've done for this family, even if I don't get the recognition I deserve. Mom and Dad is being regarded as a powerful new common that will shake up the pauper landscape, and a powerful message regarding an event that will shake up the Clover family landscape. Doug Clover also had a chance to speak during his live stream. The screeching harpy I once called my wife is correct. Explain the right half of the card. We cannot see eye to eye anymore. I know the pain and anguish this will cause, but I have to do what's right for me, and that's going to get away from someone who thinks Braid's Cabal minions should be unbanned. So I'm happy to announce that my dad, 3 black sorcery, create 3 treasure tokens, then add black equals the number of tokens you control. Yes, I know it's broken, but so is our marriage, which is the coast also revealed during the Twitch presentation that secret layer versions of the mom and dad card was being produced with photos from their wedding day as well as the art. Used to use a bank in Dover. Nothing much. Why is Dad Rakdos? I don't know. It's a split card. These two are going their separate ways. This is sad. Is this it for real? This can't be. All right. Now that's a funny card. OMG. And then we got one more article here for you folks here this morning before we get into some movers and the shakers. MTG error temporarily crashes the online secondary market. This weekend, there was a plethora of, with the word of the plethora. Like, this is the word that's been used and abused too many times. The plethora. It's too commonplace. Is there just plethoras hanging around every single where you go? All right, plethoras? There was a plethora of events for Magic players to play in and test our numerous call of mana cards for qualified players' regional championships in Canada. And the US took place, allowing us to get into the initial glimpse of power of call-off mana cards in Modern. On Magic Online, there was a bunch of different tournaments running across a variety of formats, 2 showcase challenges in Modern and Pioneer, alongside a ton of normal challenges from Standard down to Vintage were scheduled to take place. Unfortunately, a lot of players had their tournaments cut short due to another round of Magic major systematic errors on the client. Have you guys had this problem with the companion app? It's like everybody goes to the companion app. There's no other way to do it. I guess men are sadistic carnival performers. Insert Ron Simmons. Yeah. All right. Unfortunately, a lot of players had their tournaments cut short due to another round of Magic systematic errors on the client. Usually in cases like this, if the tournament doesn't get to resume in traditional fashion, the players will be rewarded compensation in some regard as a form of a refund. was indeed the case this weekend, but players were quick to notice that something fishy about the reimbursement that they received. Players were unintentionally given significantly more prize compensation than expected. So what? I'd be happy. Take my prizes and go. Give me the prizes. They were unintentionally given significantly more prize compensation than expected, but so much so that Mergers of the Karloff Matters card collectively began to tank in value. uh, is this has got to be like this has got to be April Fools? Both of these articles. Oh yeah, that's right. My new mic. You like the new mic? I know. Made that yesterday. I was watching Andrew Lawton. Andrew Lawton from True North. He's a hell of a guy on media. And he had the True North microphone. So I had to like step up my game yesterday. It was a busy day at work yesterday. That's right. All right. So players at this tournament the tournament crashed and they were quickly receiving. Okay. This is a funny scenario. So at a tournament, the online console crashes and they have to stop the tournament and give people prize compensation, but they gave out so much compensation that the Mergers at Karloff Manors cards collectively began to tank in price. And before we get into the specific cause of this market crash, it's important to go over what stopped the event in the first place. Draws for everyone. Every lax. Everyone gets a draw. Losing to variance, losing because Moto chose to end your match in a double loss for no reason. Oh, this is incredible. So the Magic the Gathering online client crashes and gives everybody a loss. There were no winners here. Loser, loser, chicken, cruiser. All right. So as mentioned, every weekend there are typically a multitude of different challenge events that players can do on Magic the Gathering online. It includes various constructed formats as well as limited. While many players were in the middle of different events, an error started to occur that would ultimately result in each player's match ending in a draw. This appeared to be a recurring issue across the platform. But what's interesting in this case, though, is that the Magic Online tournaments that don't factor draws into the equation, unlike Pauper tournaments, each player is given a 25-minute clock to work with. If you go over the allotted time while the match is still going, you lose the match. Additionally, there are no intentional draws. As a result, everyone's record in tournaments of Magic Online only showcase wins and losses. These draws ended up with the affected players receiving losses, as shown by the screenshot above, and in the case of some events, such as the Pioneer Showcase Challenge, players ultimately continued playing for players that were in the top 8 contention, but received a loss out of their control towards the end of the event. Invites to the Showcase qualifier were extended to them, even if they didn't make top 8. Other scheduled challenge events ended up. So this is funny. So it handed out losses to everybody who was playing because there was a bug in the system. So that's how this came to cancel the events. So other scheduled challenge events ended up being canceled following these problems. For other challenges that were already in progress, mass reimbursements to those affected were intended to be administered during the week, but unsurprisingly, players were not surprised. They were disappointed that Magic client was having issues once again, and at least players were compensated for the correct manner. 3 complete sets. Okay. Well, or so we thought. The initial intention was to hand out booster packs as a way to make up for the downtime associated with the issue. So, like, the only problem I sort of find with this article is like it almost leads you to believe like this is an in-person event. So, handed out booster packs. So let's read on to get a little more context to see if this is you're getting online packs or are you getting in-person packs. So the initial intention was to hand out booster packs as a way to make up for the downtime associated with the issues yesterday during the events. However, instead of handing out booster packs, Daybreak accidentally sent out a ton of Murders of Karloff Manor complete sets. Must be online. The complete sets contain 1 copy of every card in the entire set. They're typically given to top finishers in various challenge events and expected can hold a decent chunk of value. This would prove to be a major mistake. Players were given a bunch of complete sets all at once, while some players were quick to sell their complete sets without questioning the error, getting value out of the constructed staples like Leyline of the Guild Pack. Once it became evident that there were a ton of them in circulation, the value of the whole set online began to plummet. That's hilarious. Oh no. There's since been a response from the online Twitter page acknowledging the situation. It appears that all these complete sets were being removed from Magic Online accounts and accidentally received them. Oh, so they're taking the cards back. Oh my god. We give these and we take these. That's the ultimate takesies backsies, Watsy. You give the cards and then you no. Okay, so it appears these complete sets were being removed from the online accounts that accidentally received them. What do you mean accidentally received them? I accidentally accept. Where's the Pinkertons, right? Send in the Pinkertons. So the complete sets were being removed from people's online accounts that accidentally received them, so it's unclear what will exactly happen with regards to players who quickly sold or opened their complete sets. I sold it. Sorry, I got the money. Where's the money, Brody? It's down there somewhere. Let me just take a look for it. Where's the money, Brodowski? All right, the big Brobowski here this morning. So Wizards giveth and they taketh away. After the online console crashed, they gave away a bunch of free sets of Murders of Karloff Manor, but after immediately realizing their mistake, they went skis, take skis, back skis, and took back the full sets of people that still had them if you hadn't opened them or sold them already. Unclear what exactly will happen with regards to players who quickly sold or opened their complete sets, but it's being made clear that the players that already sold complete sets and bought other cards with the currency will not be stripped of their new card. Anyone here ever redeemed MTG set for paper? What's that process like? What's the wait time? I have never done it. Digital Black Lotus only. Anyone else here redeemed for actual cards? Is that a thing? Perhaps. Perhaps a doodle. All right. Potential effect towards draft value. At first, it might seem like overcompensation. Even to this magnitude, it isn't big of a deal for players' standpoint. However, this could end up having a massive impact on players, even if they weren't involved in this weekend's event. While the online secondary market may stabilize over time with enough players opening and selling cards, the value of even top-tier rares and mythic rares like Cryptic Coat from Murders at Karloff Manors could tank significantly. Obviously, this impacts players and their ability to buy the cards they need. More importantly, though, they're removing a lot of the value in the chase cards of the set. Players will likely be less incentivized to draft Murders of Karloff Manor. At online events, moving forward, drafts on MTG Online aren't the cheapest, but some players enjoy trying to strike it rich. Not only that, but price support for drafts in Magic Online is form of booster packs. With nothing super valuable to open, the incentive to draft would surely be reduced by significantly. So if they discovered that, like, if they just print, like, if you give away too much of the product, hence printing too much, that it's bad for the value and it's bad for the price of the product. It's bad for, like, too much circulation makes the price go down. Well, I guess this is one way to find out. It's okay if we sell it, but we can't give it away for free because that would just crash the market and we don't get any profit. But we can tank the market by overprinting so long as we get to sell the cards. That's a different story. All right, luckily it seems that the overcompensation issue may have been caught quickly enough, and the value of the Murders of Karloff Manor complete set has risen over the course of the day, so it'll be worth monitoring if the secondary market continues to stabilize. This has the potential to be a massive disaster, so hopefully things continue to trend in the right direction. Speaking of poorly spent money, Senate passes. There's a new. I want some aid. When I go to fill out my tax form and they start saying, "Do I have any dependents?" I'm going to list 15 million of them. Why not? Secret. Oh yeah, and then Bell Media has laid off about 4,000 people here. This is an independent media stream. I like it. MTG Secret Standard deck casts massive haymakers for free. Haymakers! All right, already. All right, folks, you know what time it is. It's time for For the time, tap your feet and move in your seat. It's time for the movers and the shakers here this morning. It's the bro, the D, the Alphonsi. Get your AlphonsoInvestments ready. It's time to open and spread the news. We're going to be talking about the movers and the shakers here this morning. Let's see what's moving and shaking in the world of Magic cards. Thank you, folks, for joining me, all of you amazing fans of the game. Here this morning, the 9 of you beautiful and amazing subscribers who are tuning in here. Modern Monday, Tuesday, Pioneer. Anybody play Pioneer? All right. Ask yourself, do you like tracking the prices of Magic cards? Is there enough information out there, or is there just too much gall darn information? Let me do it for you here, folks. Weekdays on the morning show with the bro to the D, AlphonsoInvestments, giving you a little bit of spaghetti and meatballs here for the morning show. Nice to have you tuning in, everybody. We've got the Tuesday. We're going to do the Pioneer list. All right, spaghetti and gumballs for breakfast this morning. What are you guys having? Maybe you're having an English muffin toast. Maybe you're having donut holes and fried ice for breakfast this morning. But get something in your belly this morning, because this stream can make you a little bit hungry, if you know what I mean. And it's the Popper Day. It's Tuesday, February 13th. Happy pre-Palentine's Day to all my pals out there tuning in. Ulamog, the ceaseless hunger. Get this man some breakfast. This guy needs, bring him breakfast in bed. The fella, the Eldrazi, topping the charts here this morning with a 3% uptick to $27.40. Let's just take a look at this card from Zendia Carr. And then we've got the Colonian Hydra. We got some hungry boys. I don't think I have this one. Expensive card. This one's really good. This one's really good because you get the cast triggers, right? How many times have I lost to this one? A few. For 10 manias, you cast a spell, you exile 2 permanents, and it could be anything. It could be included lands. On a scale of Ulamog, on a scale of 1 to Ulamog, how hungry are you? Exactly. Looking sharp, nice moves. Thank you, Thorin and company. Thank you so much, Thorin. Good to see you here this morning. Thanks for joining me on the stream. Those of you folks who like to get up early and kick the dog, and you've got stuff to do, right? The people who move the world. Morning, everybody. The folks who tune in and want to talk a little magic and get their updates here. We're talking about Ulamog, the ceaseless hunger here this morning. It's on the charts. How hungry are you? I've got a sip of coffee. It's getting down there. I might need a bagel. You'll go with it. Here's a card I don't have. I wish I did. It's good. When you cast it, you get to exile 2 permanents. And when I've had it played upon me and Tron me, play it upon me and Tron me, this sucker will exile 2 permanents. It will. Most of the time, about 2.25 Ulamogs at the moment. Most of the times when I've had it cast upon me, they use the exile 2 permanents to remove your threats. Or if you're already behind on board, they just hit your lands. Whenever Ulamog, the ceaseless hunger, attacks the defending player, exiles the top 20 cards of their library. So it's not like an immediate win condition, but it's an immediate win condition. You exile things, and if you can cast it again, if you get the double cast trigger, you exile 2 permanents. This thing can put you so far behind on board if you're looping it and casting it multiple times. You get the double permanent exile. It's devastating. The legendary creature, the mythic card, it's $27. And let's take a look at the chart on this. I've seen this. I actually need a copy of this. It's been higher. And when we talk in Eldrazi, there's plenty to see here, folks. Not, right? Nothing to see here, folks. Just a headless Eldrazi with a conscript and a couple of permanents getting exiled. No, nothing to see here. All right, look at the chart on this one. Look at the fun chart on this one. This thing was as high as $80. I remember Eldrazi being quite good in and around double masters because some of them got a reprint, and I was excited because I got my very first Kozilek. Actually, I remember I was doing draft, and the guy sitting next to me opened a pack with a Liliana, the Veil, and a Kozilek, Foil Kozilek Butcher of Truth in one pack. Now, that was a snack pack. I remember my first pre-release of this set, and the guy played this against me and wrecked my first game. Second game, I exiled it. Third game, I exiled it. Then he followed up with a Tulamog. A Tulamog? Another Mog? I should pick this up. I need it, especially for mono green. Or even the lands deck, right? There's plenty. Tulamog. What's better than one Mog? Two Mogs. All right. This thing's been trending down. It's $27 in price right now. It costs you $27 to get this card into your collection. It's been around for a while, and this card from Zendikar, how much is the foil version? 27. This thing's been trending down for quite a while. It was as high as $80 in and around Strixhaven. I need to get one. It's the problem with a card like this is like there's so many other things that I would rather spend my money on. I need it. I got to get one. I should just get one. Set it and forget it with the Ulamog, right? I should just get one, put it away, and then just like have it. Or it's one of these things that I would like to like open if I could. Loaded deck me things. Or was it the pre-release foil? Battle for Zendikar is a trash set. Ula was the only decent card. This one's the this is the best. This is the best of the best of the best. All right. Get the just add milk version of the Ulamog. It's Toit. Where is that one? Just add milk. Secret layer. Just add milk alternate. And then we've got the $40. This one here. 1010. This is cute, hey? Devoid of flavor. The flavor. All right, this guy's hungrier than he's ever been. $40 for this one? Ugh. It's crazy how like a new reprint can just be worth more than the old rich. How much is the foil version of the Battle for Zendi? $50. Was as high as 250. Holy smokes. All right, so we saw a tick up in price around Zendikar and then back up again in Strixhaven, all the way to $250, and this thing is tanked ever since. It might be a reason to get a copy of this at some point in time. I just can't bring myself to the $20 mark. I can afford to get one and just hang on to it, but the $100, no way. What's up, my brother? How you doing, Mr. Billy of the Hill? Nice to see you here. Are you hungry this morning? Are you ceaselessly hungry like Ulamog? Maybe you got to get a cup of coffee. Mono Green Tron's playing it. All right, we're Tuesday Pioneer. We're on the Pioneer list here this morning. Not a single one of these decks listed as a Pioneer deck, but nevertheless, it's listing up here on the Movers and the Shakers. The Mono Green Tron is playing the Void Gorger, the Green Cloud Post. Green Cloud Post. Now, this seems like my type of deck. Hello. I think Post could get a lot better because you've got like the Echoing Deeps, Cloud Post. You've got the Glimmer Post. All that glitters, Thespian Stage, Vesuva, Le Tabernacle, Du Pendrel, Veil, Elvish Reclaimer, Spirit Guide, Endurance. Here's another card I need is the Endurance card, a very good elemental. I miss Cloud Post. I do too. The One Ring goes in here and Pithing Needle. Where's the Candelabra? No Candelabra in here. I don't know these cards well enough to buy the crazy secret layers, but where you can't see what the card is. Good morning, Coach. Nice to see you, Brody. Everyone in the chat, drop a thumbs up and have a good day. Thank you so much. My coach is here. Put me in, Coach. I'm ready to play today. All right, I'm ready to play this card here. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. I'm ready to play some Cloud Post. I want to make mana. The One Ring Bazooka Bob beside you. Couple other cards that I don't have. I don't have the Ulamog. I don't have the Beside You Who Endures. I need it. And I also don't have Endurance. A couple of newer cards that I really want to get because they're got some play value to them. Buy low, sell high. Sell, sell, sell. These kids these days never experienced the true power of Cloud Post Tron, right? Do you want to make big mana? There's one way to do it. Green Tron or Cloud Post. What's beside you at? No, so who's beside me? Beside you. The beside you who endures. And you know another card that's good is the beside you who shelters all. Beside you is up to $38. Should I buy this thing? I don't have it yet. I was really hoping to open it. From the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, Kamigawa. I'm going to say it like that from now on. Kamigawa. I'm not going to say Kamigawa. I'm going to say Kamigawa because I can. The mispronunciations continue. The mispronunciations will continue until subscribership improves. Beside you who endures, and what about the beside you who shelters all? Beside you who shelters all. I actually like this one. The beside you who shelters all. This one's $60 from Ooh la la, a sacre bleu. This one's quite good. The foil. I actually think I have this in foil. Quite good card. This one's the one that lets you spend. Enters the battlefield tap. It's a legendary land. And then you pay 2 life and tap, and you add a mana of 1 colorless to your mana. And if it's spent to cast an instant or sorcery, then it can't be countered by spells or abilities. It's like the Cavern of Souls for trees. Quite a good card. Who Endures is going down in price right now. Can't imagine for how long. That card's a banger. I know. I have the shelters all. I need to get the endures. Le durer. J'ai besoin de le endurer. Let's see here. This chart on this one, quite good. These land cards, very good. A good land cycle can really make a set worth playing. What else is coming out in the near future here that we need to be aware of for sets? Ceaseless Hunger, still hungry. And the Calonian Hydra, I think we saw this one on the list yesterday or last week on Tuesday. Tuesday. Calonian Hydra? Hydra static. Hydromatic. Systematic. The Calonian Hydra is a 5 mana trampling Hydra that enters the battlefield with 4/1/1 counters on it. When it attacks, you double the number of counters on each creature you control, including itself. So this thing gets big. It comes in with a 4/4, and then you get to swing. Clue Edition releases on the 23rd. So if you're playing counters, this one may be for you. Even Ballast Fear its feeding time. Decks using the Hydra, Calonian Hydra from M14. It's kind of an older set. This card's 10 years old. Been reprinted on the list. March of the Machine Commander 2014 in foil and Dominaria Knighted Commander 2016. Let's take a look at the chart on this one. Brody just wants to put lines on charts. I guess it did need a reprint. It was seen around $10 around War of the Sparks. Maximum $20 around Strixhaven. It's took a little bit of a dip in price and a little almost like it's falling off a ledge here. This here, the Calonian Hydra. Decks using it, mostly Commander decks, Hydra decks, Shalai and Howler. Ravnica Remastered is going to bottom out. It's the only Magic product sitting on big box shelves. Really? I think all sets this year are garbage. Maybe Modern Horizons 3 will make it, but Modern has been dead and Bloomborough might be okay. Hot Dice has been hawking. Nice. Yes, I would like to pick up some of these. Like, I'm not about to buy into Murders at Karloff Manor at this point, and I'm not about to buy any products on a release right now. I'm more likely to wait until they have like overstock, and then I can get my cheap boxes. I want cheap boxes so that I can draft with the friends. I do. So I'm going to be hawking as well. Not Stephen Hawking, but just regular Hawking. I'm going to be tooting. I'll let you know when the hawk strikes. Jeez, you got to. Like I said, I picked up New Capana for $90 a box. I bought a case. It was like $5.85 Canadian, which is like pretty much $3 US. So the Grim Tutor. Oh, and over at the Dual Brain channel, Mini Hawking, Chicken Hawking. It's a good song. Over at Dual Brain channel, I think he's doing a Prophecy box break. I think that happens today. I got myself in 2 packs of Prophecy, an older set. So that's something that I'd be interested in. Like, why do I want to buy new sets that are coming out over in price? And yes, Dual Brain Prophecy box today. I sent you the money for Lebowski. I do have to send you something for shipping, but don't. Yeah, we're talking prophecy. The prophecy is real, my man. We're talking prophecy box break. Does it happen today? I think it does. Maybe tonight. All right, this one's the box break should be at 1 p.m. Okay, I'm stoked. I got my ticket to ride. I'm in the prophecy box break. Then if you want to get some fun into your Magic collection, I used to do box breaks at Channel Fireball because they would have some like older stuff that you could get in with, which was kind of interesting. But then I found the Dual Brain channel, and it's way better, even better, right? Dual Fireball, even better. The Dual Brain. I just shoveled 5 inches of snow. Holy smokes! Well, Richie Doves has me strapped to his snow shovel here this morning. We're talking about Grim Tutor. We're looking at the Pioneer list, and this is another Tutor card from 2021. I think he's playing Commander. 5 inches. All right, $20 for this tutor. The demonic tutor is the better one, but it's 2 mana instead of 3. This one, search your library for a card, that card into your hand, then shuffle your library, lose 3 life. All the tutors are decent. You know, I found a couple of new tutors for Commander. I found Sylvan Tutor. Here's a tutor. Here's a tutor I picked up. Okay, you're gonna be like, what is this crappy tutor? Okay, look at the art on this though. Sylvan Tutor, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, shuffle it, put it on top. I like this card simply for collectability. Like it's from the Portal set, and it's a summon card, so it's a creature card, and it's also sorcery speed, which is kind of funny. Like a sorcery speed tutor, it's not that good, but it's like a backup tutor. We're gonna try it and see how decent it can be. A green tutor, we got some good stuff coming this year for the patrons. We got an oddball box, weird and rare stuff, Mercadian Mass, tournament packs and alliances. I like it. The tournament packs, that's good value right there. All right, so the Grim Tutor, where are we playing this? Probably mostly all decks using it Commander. Any black deck, there's not a lot to say about this. When was the last time we had a reprint? Not too much to say about this except like it's second to the demonic tutor. This one costs you life, and then it's like sorcery speed tutor. So like speaking of sorcery speed tutors, I mean, I don't know how people can say that the Sylvan tutor, which is 1 green and sorcery speed, is terrible. I mean, the worldly tutor is better, and so is the vamp tutor and the instant speed tutors, but this one's still not too bad. See, another thing with the Surveil lands, I think a card like this can actually do well because if you are looking to get something into the graveyard, this is another way to do it. You can tutor it to the top of your deck, and then you can play the Surveil land out of your hand and then just surveil it into the graveyard. I suppose it just becomes another copy of Entomb in green with a new Surveil land. So I don't know whether or not folks are going to start playing lines like that where they're using these tutors in the Surveil lands to get their reanimate targets into the bin, but it is possible. All that. The only tutor in Commander I don't mind sorcery. I only tutor in Commander I don't mind sorcery speed. Or is this Legacy and Destiny? Hello. Here's an extra turn card. I'm always fond of the extra turn cards. It's your turn. Hey, do what you want to do. I can't tell you how to Thassa's Oracle. No, we're going to temporal trespass. Get off my lawn, kids. You kids get off my lawn. You're trespassing. I mean, if she came out and told me that to get off her lawn, I might offer to mow the lawn. Why not? This one here is an 8 mana and 3, but you can delve for it. Take an extra turn after this one. So this one, let's face it, you're not casting it for 11. Even though this does go to 11. Take an extra turn card. There's plenty of extra turn cards now in Magic the Gathering. There's this one. There's Time Warp. There's also Temporal Mastery. There's Walk the Aeons. There's Part the Water Veil. Karn's Temporal Sundering. There's plenty of extra turn spell cards. I think there's like 6 or 8 of them that can be played easily in Commander. Fate Reforged copy. Let's see, $15. The foil version is $26. We're talking Pioneer here, and this card has been as high as $50. Do I have a copy of it? I'm gonna have to check and see. This card, not unlike the Ulamog, I do need to get a copy of Ulamog. I think I might have one of these somewhere because I was big on like turns. I like playing the turns. Pioneer, is it Phoenix playing? Is it? Is it Phoenix? Yes. Cosmic says, I also like the gold date stamp promo cards of old. All right. Temporal's Trespass. Thassa, Deep Dwelling. This girl is dwelling deep here, this legendary creature god. Let's have a little sip of coffee here. Oh, Mox Amber. Huh. Mox Amber on the list here this morning, too. All right, this is a 4-mana indestructible legendary creature god. You got to have devotion to get this thing. Otherwise, she's not turned on. Sorry. Give me some Robert O'Brien love in the morning. Good morning, Robert. Nice to see you, buddy. This one's indestructible. A 6/5 for 4 mana. You got to have some devotion or it's not turned on. I also see some boobs on this card. Disclaimer, disclaimer. Turn your eyes away from the screen now, folks. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile up to 1 target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under your control. It's a blink engine. This thing can be thinking and blinking. Blink your stuff. Not bad. Play a blue and 3, and you can tap another target creature. Everything canceled. Snowstorm. You guys got snow? Yeah, it's been usually we have like probably 6 feet of snow over. I know, boobs. You got my attention, right? Boobs card. There's some boobs on this card. Got your attention now. The viewership, just look at that. We just double our viewership. It's a great thing. All right, Deep Dwelling. I miss the sexy ladies on our Magic card. We're not allowed to have them anymore. Well, there are some. You can always get yourself a copy of Elvish. Elvish. What's it called? There's some good ones. You should make it the thumbnail. Thassa is dwelling deep. Thassa is dwelling deep. All right, she's dwelling deep here. Dual brain. We're dwelling deep with the double D's. Deep dwelling. Thassa. Who's playing it? Yarok the Desecrated, Atraxa the Unifier, Azika God of the Tree, Tivit, the Seller of Secrets, and Venefar, the Evoluted Enigma. Not too bad. Look what they did to poor Lily. Tommy, yes. Lily's been covered up. Thassa, not so much. Thassa's letting it all hang out here this morning. She's going deep. Mox Amber. Here's a card that, it's a Mox. Is it? This card has been, let's see. It's been higher. $30. You take me higher to the place where Mox Amber taps for mana. You need a commander on the battlefield to get this thing to work. Sometimes it's a dead rock in your hand. But if you're playing cheap commanders like Rograk and Silas Ren, then this thing will be coming online very fast. Also an auto-include in many commander decks. I can't believe they banned Mox Opal in Modern. Doesn't that seem stupid? A card that was good in Modern for so long and good to go, but now Mox Amber is the replacement Mox rather than Mox Opal? All right. The deal is eternal youth, right? They aged her. One man of any color. Where's this thing being played? But let's look at the chart on this. I have a couple of copies. I even got the promo in foil. This card was as expensive as how high was this? How high was this? How high? So high that I can touch the sky. How sick? So sick that you can point and click. All right, this card was as high as $60 in and around the Brothers' War. La guerre des frères. Is that how we say it? Tommy Siddons, let me know. La guerre des frères? Is that how's that how we say the Brothers' War? I think so. L'anneau unique et la guerre des frères. I think that's how you say it. But this thing was in and around $60, in and around the Brothers' War. Asmo Food. This is where I like to play. You know, a card that I play in an Asmo Food that I don't necessarily see is the Mayhem Devil. I believe so. I got it. Nailed it this morning. Thank you, Tommy Siddons. I don't see Asmo Food. What are we? Gigantha, the Wellspring, Asmo, Rano, Marda, Kai, the Stickler, Tikan, Carl, the Carl, Largavan, Stalactite, Stalker. Oh, here's a cool card. I think I want this card. Here's a cheap card. $3.95. It's Inti, the Seneschal of the Sun, legendary human knight. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature and against travel until end of turn. So when you attack, you get to discard a card. I want to put this in the land deck, and then when you discard one or more cards, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until end of turn. So this gets you more value off the deck, and if you're pitching stuff to the graveyard, it gives you a bigger hand. Well, what happens to release the nipple? Damn it. Rada of Keld got it the worst. Went from fit and svelte to thick. Rada of Keld? Rada. Where's Rada of Keld? Is there another version? Let's see. Core 2020 set. Rada the Heart of Keld. Is this what we're talking about? It's silly. I hope we can look back soon and laugh, right? That's what I'm hoping for. You know, when you've been at this game for so long, you see changes. I think everything's kind of, things got to go so far one way, and before the people realize we got to swing back the other way. And then there's like the happy medium in the middle. It's just these swings from one direction all the way over to the other. Sometimes it makes your guts hurt. I like me some thickness. Got a problem with my girl, Vraska? Right? Mox Amber, all right. A card that sees play in Commander, not necessarily in Pioneer. Here we got decks going. Listing motto Asmo Food. That's a card. That's a deck that I'm playing. I do like the deck. I'm playing that in Modern. A new version of it. I'm also playing the Mayhem Devil, which is a decent uncommon foil slot in the Asmo Food, and it's in a Rakdos color. So I will definitely keep playing that. Available copies $29. Seems sold out in stores. Actually, surprising. This thing ages well over time. The Mox Amber and the Dictate didn't make Misty and Erica into Rosie O'Donnell body type, right? All right, Dictator. All right, potato, and this one's a Dictator. If I ever saw one, it's snowing. It's snowing outside. All right, get your shovel shined up. I'm gonna have to start the tractor, right? All right, Flash. Whenever your creature control dies, his opponent sacrifices the creature. This one's rare, and it costs 5 mana. It's 2 black and 3 for this Dictate of Erebol. I take no pleasure in your suffering, but it is necessary. That's right. We're taking all away the fit magic cards. I take no pleasure in taking away the beautiful magic cards. I take no pleasure, but once you accept your fate, you'll find it eternally more Tolerable. Crap on me. Isn't snow shoveling just a bunch of useless labor? It's like you go out, you do all this work, and like you get nothing for it. She's not thick in a good way. Look at Rada Heretic Keldon and look at Grand Warlord Rada. Grand Warlord. Okay, Grand? Well, I was looking for the other one. Grandy with no E. War E Lord. Lordy Lordy, look who's worry. Let's see here. The thick one? Holy smokes! I mean, I heard that yeah, that's quite a thickness. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl? Rada, yes. I heard that Lizzo was going to sing at the Super Bowl, but then they canceled the idea because they figured after they heard her sing, everybody would think the game was over. All right, that's a man, Brody. Yes, I heard Lizzo was going to sing at the Super Bowl, but then I also heard they canceled that idea because everyone would figure that the game was over once she sang. It's not over until something sings. All right, it's not over until the fat lady sings. Here, Grand Warlord Rada. She's grand, eh? She's very grande, which is Erebos, Dictate of Erebos. Let's see. What's the price on this card? Fairly cheap, I'd imagine. Couple of bucks. 13.45 Journey to Nyx. You get the flashy enchantment. I like the flash enchantments. I like the blue one. Omens, the omens of the sea. I like the omen of the sea. I liked all the omens. For some reason, the flash enchantments I found were very good. I had fun playing them. I tried to make them work. Maybe they're a little underpowered, but I did like the omens. This thing was, oh man, oh man. This thing was up around 20 buck, reaching a maximum price of $20 in and around Strixhaven. It's been turning down in time for some time now. Now it's relaxing in price and they're coming in at around $12.50. The Flash Dictate of Erebos can flash itself into your collection for a mere $12.37. Let's take a look here. Deck's playing. Who's using and abusing it? Teysa Karlov, the Orzhov Commander deck, Marin the Marin of Clan Neltoth, and Tegrid the God of Fright. I do like the Tegrid card. Pretty decent black one. Now check Rada. Yes, Rada. I did check it. But I'll check it again. Radha. 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 Is there a comma in there? Hair. Hair to Keld or Heart of Keld? I think it's this one. Radha. Hair? Oh, hair to Keld. So there's a Heart of Keld and there's a hair to. Holy, yeah. Is that the same Radha? Okay. I see what you're talking about. We went from a 6-pack to a large Stein, I suppose. Thorn and Company, gotcha, Dual Brain. That's a decent amount. I'd be breaking out of the snow blower. That's Rada. This card is radical, actually. All right. What set is this one from? Dual decks. Okay. There's Heart of Keld and Hair of Keld. I mean, maybe she settled in. Maybe she found herself a nice guy and she's just, settled into, a new lifestyle. That's the one. She stopped working on her abs, right? Well, here's one. I opened one of these on a poll game over at Twiddler's place. One day I'll receive it. But this is definitely a hell of a card there. The Monstrous Raider, Ebon Praetor, Legendary Pyrexian Praetor. That's some pie. Flexing Phyrexia here this morning. The Trampoline Hasty 6/6 doubles the amount of counters that you get on stuff. It's quite good. If opponent puts a counter on a perimeter player, put half that many. It's only good for you. Goldberry, that's the one. You thick. What's the price on this one? Vorinclex. I saw a funny meme. It was Fedorinclex, and somebody put a fedora on him. Vorinclex, $80. Now he's 60. Getting a little cheaper. Cheaper as the time goes by. Dex using the Vorinclex. For tracks of the Praetor's voice, Sexy Clexy. Coming into the Azika, the god of the tree. Zakama, the exemplary, and Minsk and Boo, the timeless heroes. Minsk and Boo. Mostly commander decks playing Vorinclex. I guess he could be a commander. And Corval the Fae, a Curse King? Is this the one that makes kobolds? Or is this the one you got to sack creatures? Whenever Kobold Fae Curse King enters the battlefield or attacks, sacrifice another permanent. When you sacrifice a permanent, put a 1/1 counter on Kobold and draw a card. So whenever you sack something, he gets a 1/1 counter, draws you a card. So it's pretty good in token decks or even treasure decks or anything that's going to let you sack. Corvold is broken. He seems really good. Yeah, whenever you sack a permanent, right? Dragon Noble, he draws a card. So you clack a clue token, draw a 2. Quite good. Maybe I'm going to have to find a way to build with him. How much is Corvold? Brawl decks. I know I have a copy of it. How much is he? $15. Actually quite good. Been trending down for quite a while. This thing was higher. Corvold was higher in a price that was never seen. He was up to $40 just around the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty block. That's right. That's how we say it now. Brody's mispronunciations will continue until subscribership improves. Kamigawa, the Neon Dynasty. Push this card up to about $40. Very good. A lot of people like this card. It's broken. I haven't built with it, but I would like to. The Fake Cursed King and Zayatora the Incinerator, Ognis the Dragon's Lash, all commander cards costing a couple of bucks here. $14. Fairly cheap. Pioneer. Is there any there is never any Pioneer decks listed. Eugene. Remove him a couple of times and it's a slog. Prosh is the kobold generator. Gotcha. Corvo was in the list forever. Eugene, my boy. Nice new jeans, Eugene. Eugene, the big boy. This one's good. I love this card. This is something you can ramp into, especially in mono green. Anything that makes big mana, some cloud posts, maybe some extra green Tron lands. This is the way to go. You can always get yourself a big pair of Eugenes. The legendary Planeswalker +2 ability, throw damage to any target. So he just throws bolts around for +2, and then -X, exile each permanent with mana value X or less that's one or more colors. So any colored stuff you can get rid of. I gotta dump my Ugins before they print them again. And -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and put 7 permanent cards from your hand on the battlefield. The ultimate is quite good, devastating. Ugin. Oh, Ugin was so much better at some point. Going from like $80 in War of the Spark, man, I'm glad I sat on this one and waited to open it. Holy smokes. 80 was a Ugin dump. Some dragon dumps on your head. It all started to see less play, good times, dump them. Dusty Collie, nice to see you. Dustin is here. And Dustin is busting in the door here this morning. Do you remember the days of $80 Ugins? Like $80 Ugins. I'm glad I never bought it. I did eventually open one, but it's kind of got the less feel good when you open one. This one's from Fate Reforge. Let's see what other versions of it. I got the Secret Layer promo. I actually like this kind of character art for the Ugins. Fate? Which Ugin's the best Ugin? The Spirit Dragon? Fate Reforged, I think people would say. That's the best one. Karn is easier to ramp into in modern. Indeed. Ugin, the spirit, the dragon. Last on the list here this morning from the stock desk, folks. It's February the 13th here, folks. Just before Valentine's Day, my pal Dustin Cullihall joining us here on the stream. And nice to have you with us here this morning, Dustin. Appreciate you for tuning in. Let's see if we got one more article here this morning and what goes on. The Cryptic Coat. You want to know what cards are selling? You're going to have to check Card Market here. Continue. Verifying if you're human. Tuesday. How was your Monday? Yesterday was surprisingly, oh, wow. Let's take a look here. One more look here. Whoopsie. One more look here. We're going to take a look at Card Market just to see the hottest selling Magic cards from the new set. It looks like the Undercity Sewers, the Demir Land, is the one that's making the most motion in the market. The Thundering Falls and the Hedge Maze, followed by Leyline of the Guild Pack and Underground Mortuary. So this looks like out of all the cards selling, you're going to hear about this at the end of the week. These are the ones to keep an eye out. If you're finding you're going to be opening any Murders at Karloff Manor, I guess the cards that we're going to be looking for, the ones that are selling the most, are the Crime Novelist, the Leyline of the Guild Pack, and the Undercity Sewers. The Blue Redlands. Long term, the Blue Redlands are going to be the ones. The Izzet Lands, the best land. Pick your poison really strong. So don't trade these away here if you open them. Don't trade away the fun out of the new set. If you're opening Murders at Karloff Manor, hold on to the Crime Novelist, the little blue guy that makes your artifact activations cost one less, the Leyline of the Guild Pack, and any of the Surveil lands. That's where the money is, Brody. Hold on to those. Happy Valentine's, and we'll follow up with this tomorrow. This is your Tuesday edition of Morning Magic the Gathering Talks and Stocks. I'm your friend Brody. Thanks for tuning in with me here on the show. Let's go to Ron Burgundy for a little bit of Yaz Flute. Too much snow to install doors today. I guess I'm going to stay and play with my 3-year-old snow. Nice.